What is up, survivors? We are back again for another mod review. Today's mod review is going to be the Pathways and Stuff mod. This is a very simple concept, but a really well done mod if you ask me. Let's get into it. So, definitely a building mod if you like building aesthetically. It's more of a PvE, really enjoy accent building, things like that. Like making things fit really well. This is essentially what we're looking at. The ability to make like stone pathways and kind of connect them together to make like an easy entrance to a house or a pathway along some of the current paths that are kind of on the map. Like I'm actually out here on Valguero on some of the sites out here, and you can see that there's clearly certain paths that are kind of carved into the land in here. But then we can kind of go a step further and actually make like pathways from either cobblestone or a bunch of other stones. So let's take a look at where you're going to craft all this stuff at, and that is this pathway table. Standardly, it's just going to be unlocked right as you level 1, so immediately. And the pathway table is going to be, let me go by folders so you guys can see this. It's going to be in this gate section. You're just going to have this gates folder in the very first part, and that's where it's going to be chilling at. You just make stone, you can place it, and that's pretty much it. All of the stone pathways that you're going to craft are going to be in here. Now, it looks like the mod creator did pull a lot of the Atlas ones as well, like the stone from Atlas. And what it allows you to do, it allows you to make like big clumps of, like, well, not necessarily clumps, but groups of rocks that are kind of like, you know, pathway shape already. So you just kind of make those and stagger them near each other, far apart, however, whatever you find is aesthetically pleasing. But then if you have like gaps and things, you can actually fill them in with some of these smaller stones, or if you just want the smaller stones to accent whatever you're trying to do. Now on the surface, this seems kind of like simplistic, right? Like, well, it's just stone. You know, what's the big deal? Stone pathways. The level of which this goes is absolutely bonkers. So when we get into the cobblestone, not only is this different types, whether it's like many stones or one stone or maybe 2 or 3 or maybe one big one, this goes into all the different textures, like literally all of the current textures that you're going to see across the Ark maps. You can make all these cobblestone things in. So what this allows you to do is build, when you're building in a place that's very much in a biome that's very maybe original, or the rock formation things very much stand out, you can match the pathway or even accent around the house with the rocks that look exactly like they were supposed to be there to begin with, making it really cool for that. Just as an example, I just threw some of these out here, but you can see some of these these are from the Atlas ones, I believe. This is from the Atlas section here. We have this like that cobblestone that we usually see around ruins, things like that. We have like the darker stone that almost looks like obsidian, almost a little bit. Then we have more of the light stone that which you'd see in some of the mountains. Then we have some of the typical gray stone, almost like river rock that you would usually see. All of the textures, and this isn't all of them, by the way. This is a crazy amount. So if we go back and take a look at this, the cobblestone in and of itself has a long list of making all these things, and they just require raw stone to make. Going into the debris, you can make all the different debris chunks as well. They don't have to be just rocks. You can do all the debris stuff like what you would see around ruins. Looks like it's kind of made out of that. Certain river rocks, like I said, are in there too. We even get a futuristic one that I'll go over as well, but more importantly, the one that I really like is some of these stone tiles. These stone tiles are absolute awesome. We'll just craft another one of these guys and queue it up over here. I did just the small versions of some of these tiles, and these are past a lot of these rocks, but I did some of the small versions of these tiles, and what it looks like it's like a chunks out of like the ruins that you would typically see in a lot of the maps with the ruins in it. So you can tile an area off maybe in front of your house to be able to just have that extra really cool look, or maybe around your base, or if you're doing like an outdoor build without a floor, you can use something like this to put it down. These are just cosmetic, by the way. You're not going to be able to use them as like foundations or anything like that. They don't snap together, and at first I thought that was a little like, why don't they? But because of the nature of the mod and the need to be able to just kind of freehand just drop little rocks here and there to fill it in exactly how you want, you probably don't want them to snap together. So maybe that would be some sort of critique. Maybe have some of them snap together with the option to stop the snapping, kind of like SS or S Plus does with these things. But I don't really feel like you need it, because usually this is going to be more of an organic thing that you're placing down. We got plenty of these other tiles too. You got all sorts of shapes and ruin tiles, but the tech ones are pretty cool too. They're all like perfectly hexagonal, and you can stagger them in like this is a group of 4 together, is a group of 5, and I think this is 6. I think this goes to 7. Yep, and then you got a big one, and then this cool one with like a little light on top of it. But you can line these up however you want to. So definitely a decor mod, and it's one of the kind of like fine touch decor mods, you know what I mean? So like if you're really into the building in Ark and really want something really accurate, and you're looking for those little mods that really give you that finished look, this is definitely the one for you. This was gonna be a small mod review. I kind of saw that coming, but this is one that I saw a few days ago and I thought kind of jumped out at me. I know we got a lot of builders that enjoy building in Ark, and I thought this would be really cool for those people to see. So that is pretty much it. There's not a whole lot else to it. It's pathways. It's what this mod is made to do. Is made so you can make pathways to and from, or entrances to your house, or whatever the case is. You'd be able to place these down. Functionally, I think you could use them in a place maybe that was really thick or with vegetation, maybe like a swamp or like woods. Where the tree cover is really tall and you can't see it a lot. You could use the pathways as kind of like a marker. Maybe instead of putting torches down or something like that to lead you to your house, you could use these as a very obscure way to lead yourself to your base, which I think is really impressive. And so it does definitely, it has some functionality as well as cosmetic. Apparently there are more to come with this one as well, so definitely keep a lookout on this, and we will have a link to the workshop in the description of the video so you guys can check that out. But that's it, guys. That's it for the mod review. I hope you guys liked it. Please hit that like button, hit that sub button. Hopefully I'll see you guys on the next one. Kind of a small review, I know, but it was definitely one that came on my radar, one that I thought you guys might like to see. So here it is. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you all in the next one.